Hey, old lady! Don't you think it's getting time for you to stop faking being my mom and just leave me alone? You really thought you could just meet my fiancé before the wedding saying you're my mom like that? When did I ever say it was okay for you to talk to him in the first place?
Rin, what has gotten into you? I understand that I'm not your mother by blood or anything, but I've been with you for 10 years now, ever since you were in middle school. I may just be your stepmother, but I still believe I have the right to meet that man.
In other words, you mean you're a fake, right?
That's not at all what I mean by being your stepmother. I have made sure to take care of you for the longest time now, like your mother. And at your age, now you should be able to understand that I've always wanted the best for you, right? Even though you were just some kid that your dad brought along with him when the two of us started to take things seriously, I made sure to think of you as my own.
That's nasty to hear from some old woman. Acting like you're so amazing for doing that, even though you never had to. You even went and acted all high and mighty around him by saying you're my mom. That's so freaking embarrassing. I had to explain everything to him about you after that, and it was a total waste of my valuable time.
But even your fiancé was willing to understand me. He didn't even bother that I'm your stepmother calling myself your mom. The only person that seems to be all worked up about this right now would be you, Rin. Now end that attitude, please. This has been the structure of our family for a decade now. Maybe even thank me for putting up with you all this time.
Thank you for that? I'll have you know that I'm never going to be thanking you for anything you've done. The thankfulness I have for you is non-existent. So there you go.
I don't think that right now is the greatest time to be saying such things to me, Rin.
I have to ask, do you actually plan on coming to my wedding?
Huh? What are you saying? Why do you think I wouldn't go? That'd be completely strange of me to not come to my own daughter's wedding, right?
Well, only if I was your actual daughter. But you don't have any daughters, do you? So, that's why I'm asking you to stay away from my wedding, okay?
Do you think because I'm not that forward with myself, you can just get away with saying that? Talking down to me because I'm your stepmother, even though I was glad to make someone I never asked for my own. Don't you think you're going a little too far right now, Rin? I have been trying my best with you for these past 10 years, so hearing you say all these horrible things to me really hurts.
If you do end up coming to my wedding, you won't have a seat prepared for you. I have no reason to prepare a seat for someone that's faking being my mother, right?
Calling me a fake, though? I have always wanted to be like your real mom. After marrying your father years ago, I've done everything I could to show you that I care about you as well. Can you please respect me just a bit more as your stepmother? I've been raising you for a decade now, Rin. What's so bad about having me at your wedding?
Well, I just recommend that you don't come. Because I don't see you as my real mom. All you'll do is embarrass yourself by coming, so I would definitely recommend staying away. Because, once again, you're not my mom. Just some secondary wife, right?
You really are just having a blast saying these things about me, huh? Ever since I married your father, everything has been smooth sailing. And up until recently, you and I have never been at arms with one another. Why have you started to act this way towards me now?
That's because I finally realized that you're just a fake and that's it. Everyone knows that the real thing is way better to have around than some wannabe.
I'm starting to see that you really enjoy calling me a fake. Well, I suppose there's nothing else I can really say to you over text right now. I just hope you take a little time before your wedding to calm down a bit and rethink having me at your wedding. I'd like you to look at things as though you're an adult.
Do not come to my wedding today. You are just a stranger now, so don't show up.
What are you talking about now? Today is one of the most important days of your life, right? You are my stepdaughter after all, so I'm going to have to come see you. Will you allow me to please be there to celebrate your big day?
I asked my real mom to come today, and so there's no seat here for you.
Huh? What do you mean you asked your real mom to come?
My real mom is coming. Actually, I've recently been getting back in touch with my real mom after she started texting me out of the blue.
Huh? When you say your mom, you mean your actual mom?
What else would I mean by that? So, your life living as my stepmother is over now. I'm going to be cutting ties with you now. And besides, there's only enough room here for one mom, and so it's been reserved for her. I mean, why wouldn't I have my real mother here as opposed to some fake?
You really asked that person to come to your wedding? Are you really okay?
What do you mean by that one? This is my own flesh and blood mother. Of course I'm okay with her coming to my biggest day.
Did you forget about how she left you behind in middle school and got up and just vanished from you and your dad? You had a terrible time back then, right?
Shut up already! I don't want some stranger talking to me about my life. My mom had a lot of things going on in her life, so she had no other choice at the time. And she's the only one that truly understands what hardships she had to face then. So I'm going to make you shut up by ending things between us right now. I'm sure that my mom and dad will get back together with one another, and today will be the start of that.
I don't think that'll ever happen, Rin.
Compared to you, my mom's a way better mother. Well, I guess there was no comparing you both, though, because I've never once seen you as my mother.
Is that so? Rin, I completely understand how you feel about me now. After all the blood and sweat I gave to raise you as my own, you have made things very clear after all the horrible things you've told me recently. But I don't mind. After this, there will be nothing left for the two of us to talk about.
Just remember that I only prepared one seat, and that's been saved for my real mom. So don't bother trying to come. I never thought of you as my mom, you fake. So hurry up and get out of here!
So that's what you really want then, right?
All those that have been fake need to leave.
Well, whatever happens after this is not going to be my problem then.
Good.
I'll do the same as you and make this the last time I ever talk to you. But of course, there was never a close relationship between us in the first place, so this won't be so bad for me. Goodbye forever, Rin. I hope you have a happy wedding.
Things are out of control right now. Come and help me, Lori. Where are you at right now?
Excuse me, who is this?
Stop trying to make stupid jokes with me, Lori. Hurry up and get back to the wedding. If things keep going like this, I'll be in huge trouble.
Are you really trying to screw with me or something? Why would I have any reason to come back there?
Huh? Why?
I'm finished with you, Rin. And I even did as you asked and went back home. We had last talked an hour ago, so what did you think I'd have done in that time? What do you want from me now? You understand that I don't need you anymore, right?
Lori, please. I'm bawling my eyes out right now. Please, answer the phone call for me.
Huh? What are you even talking about? You and I are complete strangers now, right? Oh, wait. We've always been complete strangers. So after all that fuss you made about me, why would you think of me as anyone besides a stranger?
Wait, but I'm seriously crying a lot right now. Can't you see that I'm in a terrible pinch right now?
I cannot.
What?
And even if I could see that you're in trouble, I'd do nothing about it. You having a fit right now over something has nothing to do with me and my life.
I get it. I'll tell you outright. My real mom is crazy.
Oh? What do you mean by her being crazy?
Some messed up woman came into my wedding out of nowhere. When I had met with her before, she was never that way, but she began going through all the food at the buffet like a maniac, and now she's hitting on all the men here.
That's even worse than I was thinking she'd be like. But I guess it can happen.
And now my fiancé's whole family and all my friends know that someone like her is my real mom. Right now, I'm so embarrassed by everything she's done.
Did you never know that your real mom was that kind of woman? She had started talking with you again after so long, so I assumed you understood the person she is.
I didn't have any memories of her, and she started to text me again asking to meet up. And then we went out once to eat and chat about life, but I never thought that she'd turn out to be some lunatic. Even my fiancé himself was disgusted by what he saw from her, and at the moment he's thinking about canceling the wedding. Now the security is coming to deal with her. And Dad got so upset with me asking why I'd invited her to my wedding and ended up leaving before the wedding even started. What should I do right now?
You're asking me that? Why would you ask me?
I let my dad know the reason why I didn't want you to come to my wedding. But I never wanted him to get upset with me and leave over it. Go and explain all of this to him. He said if he doesn't get a good explanation for all of this, he's going to be done with me as his daughter.
Well, of course he'd do that.
Why are you acting like this doesn't matter to you? Do you not see how huge of a deal this is for me right now? He was even supposed to help pay for this wedding and other things, but now that's never going to happen. What should I do, Lori?
You asked me to never come to that wedding, right, Rin? So how am I supposed to tell you what to do now? I think your best choice now is to just embrace the reality you've just made.
Huh? What do you mean, embrace this reality?
I'm saying there's no turning back for you now. Did you never realize that I was the one paying for your wedding, as well as for you both to go on your honeymoon?
You were. My dad wasn't going to be the one doing that?
I was. We'd even talked about this at dinner, but as usual, you never listened to anything we said. Well, I'm not paying for you guys anymore, so you can go ahead and afford all of that by yourself.
Huh? What?
You are nothing to me anymore, Rin, and so there's no reason for me to pay for you, right? I don't even want to hand any more money to you, so don't expect anything. You're going to have to pay it all off yourself, so after this, make sure to work hard for all that money.
Wait a second, Lori. A lot of the people at the wedding are starting to leave, and I think the wedding has totally been canceled now. And my fiancé's family is all really pissed off. And everyone is asking for me to return all the presents I had been gifted from them. And if you're not going to be paying anything for this wedding, then I'm going to be getting into some really bad debt.
And that's all nothing I care about. Do your best to work hard and pay all of that off. I've also made sure to cancel your guys' honeymoon trip for you.
Huh? Are you serious?
If you really still want to go with your upset husband, or alone, then you can pay for that with your own money, right? I have no plans to ever fork money over to you again, so that's your only option. Take some responsibility for the reality you've just created for yourself. Now, I'll be going.
Wait, Mom!
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I meant Lori. I'm not sure what has gotten into me recently. But I had really just wanted to be with my real mother again. And maybe that's what made me start acting out against you, like you weren't the one that cared for me. After all, you were the one that stuck with me and made sure I was raised well. And so I still believe that you're my mom. You should be okay with me still calling you Mom, right? Please, let's just go back to being a close family with one another.
Huh? Why are you trying to act as though you've done nothing horrible these past few weeks? It's not going to happen, Rin.
What?
You have really pissed me off with the attitude you've given me recently. And so I've had enough of whatever you thought was okay to say and do to me. I cannot believe that the girl I thought was so cute and kind could turn out the way you are now. So believe me when I say that you are a complete stranger to me now.
You're going cold to me just like that? Only a few hours ago you believed that I was still your daughter, right?
Well, when you decided to make things the worst they could be between you and I with that gross attitude you had, I was at a loss for words. I'm pretty sure you and I will never see one another again, so have a great life. You and that fiancé of yours try hard to rekindle whatever love you guys had. Well, as long as that's even possible now. Go find your real mom and try and ask her for help, okay? The fake will now be leaving your life forever.
I was never being serious when I called you a fake. Forgive me, please. I can't make it on my own without my mom. Have you just forgotten about the past 10 years we've had together?
Well, after the way you've treated me, I thought it was completely fine to forget about all that. Really, I don't ever want to see or hear from you again, and your dad has pretty much cut ties with you now.
If the both of you are gone, then what am I going to do?
Isn't this great? You got to finally meet your real mom again. A woman that loves to spend money and is ridden with debt. She's even the type where if she gets the chance, she'll steal money from others. Well, go find her and ask for her to take care of you now. Goodbye, Rin. In the end, Rin was left dealing with a very upset fiancé, or should I say husband, since a week before they had handed in their wedding papers. He had had enough of her and her real mother, and so he began to move towards divorcing her. But Rin no longer had a home to go back to, and so she really was in a pinch like she'd said. As for all the money she'd had in her savings, it vanished into paying off the cancellation fees for the wedding. And now she's stuck dealing with a mother that keeps asking for her to spare her some cash. Rin tried to get Lori to help her, but Lori really was finished with her, and so she ended up blocking Rin, and doing as Rin had originally asked of her. I'm sure that Rin is left wondering what she could possibly do now, but her best bet would be to listen to exactly what Lori had told her and find a job to start working non-stop to make back whatever money she's lost. And if she plans on keeping the money she makes, it's best she gets rid of that crazy mom of hers that'll probably suck her dry in no time. But as for Lori, her and her husband have made the right choice in blocking Rin out of their life and will no longer have to worry about whatever problems she gets herself into.
Carrie, when are you planning on coming over this year? Normally you always show up unexpectedly, so this year I'd like to have a rough time frame for when you'll be back so that I can have food and all that ready for you. So can you please give me a time when you'll likely be coming back?
Well, that's an odd question to be asking someone like me. You see, that house is my family's house, so I get to choose when I want to be home and don't have to tell anyone. And that means you're not going to hear a thing from me. Now, would you shut up and stop acting like that house has anything to do with you and get back to being my little brother's wife? Seeing you act all dumb and naive like that kind of makes me upset. Well, I suppose you aren't acting dumb or naive at all right now, and that's why you were forced to quit your job, right?
The reason for why I had to end up quitting my job is a reason that you should already be very familiar with, Carrie.
Shut up! Would you stop being so cocky like that towards me when all you are is an in-law? Honestly, you are the worst. How the hell can a complete stranger like you even be allowed in my family's house? You already had to quit your job, so there's pretty much no hope for you at all. Yet you went and crawled into your husband's family's house thinking that that was the next great thing you could do. What is wrong with you, Samantha? I would really like to meet whatever parents ended up raising you. I bet the both of them are just as useless and inexperienced as you are.
I understand that you really don't think highly of me at all, Carrie, but could you please just give me a date for when you think you might be coming back here? I plan on going out shopping for ingredients and things like that, so please let me know when you plan to be here.
For some reason, I think there's a little confusion here. I never said or meant to make you think that I hate you, Samantha. I am. I'm just making sure that a child like you gets a proper education so that you may become an adult like the rest of us. We all know that you just wandered into your husband's parents' home and have been doing whatever you please there this whole time. And the reason that has been allowed to persist is because both my parents are too soft.
Did you just say that I'm here doing whatever I please?
That's what I said. And one piece of evidence that I have to prove that is you having that lock on your bedroom door. Last year when I was there, you had a lock installed on your door, and that was really off to me. How dare you find privacy in my family's home when you're nothing more than my brother's wife?
You're talking about that? I just happened to fix the lock that was already on the door because it had been broken for so long. I rarely even use the lock on that door anyway.
Ugh, this is what I'm talking about. You are not some child anymore, so would you please give it all up already? Samantha, while we're all still being a little bit kind to you, you should take the chance to learn how to be a proper woman and a proper wife to my family.
I'm sorry, but so far not a thing you have said to me has been very kind at all.
Well then, I cannot believe I had to hear from you that you don't even accept my kindness towards you. Then allow me to just forget about being nice. You are not allowed to act as though you are something special to my family when you quit your job and became a parasite to my parents. You should be jealous of someone like me who actually has a job and is far more pretty than you in every aspect. But you're not even jealous or anything, which shows me that you don't understand the position you're in just yet. Just know that for the time being, you have to listen to and do everything I say. And the reason for that is because you're my little brother's wife. You've really done it now, making me eat something like that. Just because you hate me doesn't mean you can do something like that to me.
I do not hate you, and that was not meant to upset you in any way. If anything, it's you that got up and did something terrible to me.
I did something terrible to you? What? What terrible thing are you talking about? I'm the one who's the victim here, so don't start trying to act like you're the one who's hurt. You must always act that way in order to get your way with things. Is your head all right? Do you need to go and speak to a therapist or something about that?
Would you stop talking to me like that? You came home once again without telling us when you'd show up, and as you walked through the door, you began to complain about how tired you were and that you wanted me to make you dinner right then. So I had to hurry up and get something fixed up for you, so don't you get mad at me when this is on you. This is why I asked you when you'd be home, so that I could prepare for you.
Come on now, I was just being real with you is all. And I am. Look at your cooking. I'm not going to say it's all bad, but what you served me was inedible. That's why I told you it tasted like crap. I wouldn't even feed that garbage to some pigs. But the fact that you're getting mad over me just speaking the truth now just goes to show how much of a child you still are.
Honestly, I'm not even upset about you calling my food disgusting and saying it's not even fit for pigs. But just because you don't like it and think it tastes disgusting does not give you the right to take that bowl of soup and chuck it at my head.
Are you crazy, Carrie? What? You? Are you really saying that about me right now? The only one who's crazy here is you, the one that came into this house without ever paying for a thing, acting like you can just do as you please with no repercussion for it. Jeez, the moment something doesn't go your way, you freak out and act like a baby. And now you're calling me the crazy one for your actions? How hurtful! I am a victim to your harassment of me.
I told you that I have not been harassing you.
Stop trying to play dumb here, you idiot. I heard both my parents saying that what you cooked them was wonderful and tasted amazing. Yet for some reason my food was disgusting. You made my food disgusting on purpose, didn't you? I am finally back to see all of you again, so you should have A5 Wagyu beef ready for me to eat. You got that bowl of soup to your face because you served me some gross slop.
That's enough from you, Missy. Consider this the end of your life here.
What?
I'm so sorry, Samantha. I did not mean to take your phone and reply to Carrie like that.
You don't have to be sorry for that, Wayne. I'm sure that you were just as fed up with her as I was when you took a look at my phone. So thank you very much for stepping in there and ending that miserable conversation.
Well, of course I was going to end it. I will not sit there watching as my daughter starts to treat you as though you are nothing more than her slave. And what she did to you at the dinner table today was outrageous. Tell me, for how long has my daughter been treating you like that? Before, I had always thought that the two of you got along so well with one another, but what I saw today was anything but.
In front of all you guys, she puts on an act to make it seem as though her and I are close. But in reality, anytime she gets close to coming home, she starts to treat me like I'm lesser than all of you. And she seems to think that because she's my older sister-in-law that I have to listen to everything she says. Anytime I try and say anything back to her, she'll just get upset with me and start to call me an idiot and a child.
Why did you not talk with us about that sooner, Samantha?
I didn't want to say anything bad about your daughter at the time. It would make me feel bad talking about your guys' family in a mean way.
Well, thank you. for thinking about how we'd feel. But there is no reason to hold back information about my daughter like that when she's been treating you like a monster.
But Wayne...
So here's what we'll do. We'll make sure you never have to hold any information back from my family again.
What?
You are my daughter, after all. So you have every right to say what you feel about us. And considering that I feel as though you're another daughter of mine, having to see you get hurt today by Carrie really, really upset me. So from here on out, you do everything to make sure Carrie can't hurt you anymore.
Samantha, I'm heading to the next town over today to get some shopping done, so would you get the van for me? I plan to go in 10 minutes, so hurry it up.
Carrie, before you start asking me to do even more things for you, isn't there something we should be talking about?
What? What should we be talking about? I don't have anything to tell you right now, honestly.
Don't you hide how you really feel from me. Did you not just throw a bowl of soup at my head yesterday? Yet you still have not apologized to me for any of what happened then, and are now asking me to drive you to the mall? Why do you think I'd still want to listen to anything you have to say and ask from me now?
What's all that about? I didn't do anything to deserve having you yell at me like that. You really are nothing but a spoiled brat, huh? The moment something you don't like happens, you quickly start to yell at everyone and anyone hoping for something to comfort you. How old are you again? Please grow up a little bit, all right? That is the reason no company or anything wants you working for them.
I want to know what your reason is for always belittling me like that. I get it. I got married a year before you could, but it was just a year, and really that shouldn't mean anything to you anyway.
I'm not belittling you over anything, Samantha. It's just the truth that you are below me.
What?
My husband happens to be a well-regarded elite, yet the man you married, my little brother, is a nobody. And the reason I can say that is because he ended up marrying a completely useless woman like you.
Would you shut the hell up already? How dare you start to take jabs at my husband now? I don't care that he's your little brother. You are older than both of us and should be way more mature than that.
Ugh, oh my God. Getting all upset again, little missy? Nobody ever said you could just start yelling at me like that again. I wonder when the day will come when you just grow up and stop acting like a spoiled brat. Now, would you just get that van out here for me? As my little brother's wife, you should be forced to listen to every little thing I ask of you. I must be a really nice sister to be taking all this crap from you and still not having you kicked out of the house. You! What have you done to me?
Hello, Carrie. You seem a little upset. Might I ask what's happened with you?
Stop playing dumb. What the hell is this? I just got a call from the police saying that I'm being asked to come in as I'm being treated as a suspect now. This is your doing, isn't it?
Ah, you want to talk about that? You've done a whole lot of things to me in the past, Carrie, but what happened yesterday was one step too far, and I wasn't going to take it anymore. And your dad was telling me that when the time came that I couldn't handle what you were doing to me anymore, to not try and withstand it anymore.
Huh? Why the hell is my dad on your side right now? I know for a fact that by getting my dad all caught up in this, you're pissing him off. You cut this crap out right now, Samantha. I have always known you to act like a child, but this time you're being completely ridiculous. Please grow up already.
I've thought about this for a very long time now, but you seem to do everything in your power to continue to think of me as a child.
That's right. I mean, look at you. The moment something happens that you don't like, you just freak out right away and start to cry. And then you get all upset and start to yell at me. At least sometimes a kid ends up calming down and gives up, but in your case, you just keep carrying on whatever made-up grudge you have after flipping out. I have to say, considering that now, you are worse than a child.
So far, it's been you acting like the child here, though. And that's why I find it a little bit concerning that you are still allowed to be treated as an adult.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Tell me right now what things I've done that have made me look like a child.
But, Carrie, just like a child, you go about your life lying all the time. You've been talking about me being the one that had to be forced to quit their job and now lives with your parents. Yet you're the one who has never had a job before and continue to just sit around as a housewife. I totally view the job of a housewife as being difficult and much like any other kind of work. But you aren't like other proper housewives. You always say that you never want to do any chores, so you hired a housekeeper to come all the time, and then go out to spend the rest of your husband's money on things like skin treatments and mani-pedis. Why do you know about that? Your husband, my brother-in-law. He started to talk with your mom about how your overstepping is becoming a real problem for him. You eavesdropped on that conversation? What kind of mannerless creature are you? What? I didn't eavesdrop on that conversation. I'm the one taking care of your mom all the time, so I'm always by your side. What? Last year, your mom's legs started to become really bad, and ever since then, she hasn't been able to really care for herself anymore. That's why I ended up quitting my job and moved in with your parents so that I could start watching after your mom. You were asked to come home by your dad already to take care of your mom, but you told him to get lost and have someone else do it. That's someone else being me. So that's why I ended up hearing all about you as well, since I'm with her for about 3/4 of the day, every day. Of course, when she tells me she wants to be alone, I'll leave her be, but at the time she was talking to your husband, she kept me around. There's no way. I have kept all of this a secret from your dad and your brother in order to not embarrass you any. But I guess there was no point in being kind to you, was there? I've been bearing all of that crap for you for so long, but all this time you still haven't once learned about what you're doing is completely wrong. Learned that what I'm doing is wrong? I haven't done anything wrong, Samantha. All that crap about me spending money is something my husband and I have to chat about. It should never end up in the ears or mouth of a stranger. That would normally be the case, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. What? This whole time, Carrie, you've been treating me as though I'm a slave of yours or something, right? You rarely ever come back to see your parents and brother, but when you do, every half a year to a year, you have me do all the work for you. You have me come out and get all your things for you. You have me cook all your food for you. You have me clean your room out for you and clean the shower for you. Honestly, all of that I could handle, because I've been doing all of that stuff in the house for your mom and dad anyway. But you want to know what you've been doing this whole time that's really gotten me worked up? What I said made you more of a child than me and a very big liar? The fact that whenever you came back to this house, things like my brand bags and my jewelry go missing. But the crazy thing is they don't go missing for long, because every time on the day you're leaving to head back to your house, you wear that jewelry and hold those bags like you didn't just steal them from me. At first, I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But then I started to think about when the lock to my bedroom broke. And guess what? The day it broke was back when you first came back to this house after I'd already moved in. That's just, you just happen to have the same jewelry and brand bags that I have. And whenever I'd ask you about all the things you took from me, you'd reply back by saying they're all yours. Every time, that's what you'd always say. And then you wouldn't just start to get upset with me for asking about my bags and jewelry, but you'd then start to put all those things out and show them to me, saying they were yours and bragging to me like you were some 5th grader. But all those times you'd been like family to me, and I was hoping that at some point in time you'd learn to grow up and stop stealing from me. You and I aren't even related by blood, yet I still viewed you as family and hoped you treating me like crap would end soon. I really, really, really had hope for you, Carrie. But I also really wanted to end all of that by bringing everything up to your family and having them take care of you. However, I was worried about your dad and the fact that he might become depressed hearing about how his middle-aged daughter has still not grown up. So I just kept taking all that crap from you. Well, then you'd better keep taking it. You really aren't going to be able to handle what I'm serving up this time to you. Have you gone weak or something? Nobody cares that you get treated like garbage by me, because that's what every wife like you experiences from their in-laws. You're really going to say that when it's only you that's been treating me like garbage? After what you did to me with that bowl of soup, your dad told me to not hold back with you any longer. That's why I tore down that wall to defend myself against you and will now be going on the offensive. I'm tired of your crap, Carrie. After considering everything you've done to me, I made the choice to tell the police and asked them to handle your actions now. You can't do that to me.
Things of my brother's wife are also mine, so there's no way the police can come and arrest me over that. Not only are you younger than me by a bit, but the fact that you're now trying to have one of your own family members arrested is insane.
I think it's insane you consider me family now, after all that talk about how I'm a complete stranger.
Shut the hell up. You are just a freaking idiot and have no idea the kind of person I am and how magnificent I can be. Well, no matter. I'm sure the police won't bother with what you've told them and only want me to come see them so that they can let me know how sorry they feel that I have to have an in-law like you. Well, when the time comes that you realize you've lost and not even the law will help you, I'll go and sell all your jewelry as a finishing move. But of course, don't feel as though I'm doing any of that in order to get you riled up.
I really am looking forward to seeing how much longer you'll be willing to act like such a brat. Carrie, just wanted to let you know that before I had only told the police about how you were stealing from me. But after the way you continued to act yesterday, I made sure to update them about how you had also assaulted me with that bowl of soup. I hope you'll learn to regret everything you've done to me.
You really keep telling the police on me like they'll bother? Well, I'm sorry, but you're just wasting your time, little girl. You don't even have any evidence, yet you keep going to the police with your little crazy episodes. Are you really okay, mentally? Only a brainless idiot like yourself would be able to go through with all that stuff, not noticing how much you've been wasting your time. I'm sure it'll all come to bite you in the butt soon enough.
As of right now, the police are working on writing up a report on you. That will then be sent to an investigator and to a lawyer of my choosing.
Well, I'm not some criminal. There will be nothing they can do about me.
Is that right? I made sure to tell your husband about what's been going on as well, and so far, he's praying that you're not the one at fault for everything.
What? Wait, why would you tell my husband about this? I don't get what you'd have to gain by telling him about this.
Well, your house will be searched soon for evidence of you having stolen things from me. And there is also the chance you'll try to tamper with any evidence or witnesses. As of right now, the police see you as a suspect, and one who is very close to being a criminal. You still don't seem to get that, though, do you?
I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't even done anything worth feeling guilty about.
Then please continue doing what you've been doing. If nothing ends up coming from the investigation into you, then your husband won't have to divorce you and you'll be able to remain a part of this family.
What?
You said it yourself, didn't you? That your husband is an elite. And as an elite, he doesn't see the point in having himself a wife that commits crimes all the time. I'm sorry, but so far your husband doesn't seem 100% convinced that you're innocent and has been preparing for the worst. He told me that on his way home from work today, he'll be seeing a lawyer. If not even your husband is willing to side with you anymore, can you really call yourself a good wife? Who knows what'll happen next in a relationship where the husband is actively seeking out help from a lawyer in case his wife really is crazy. I'm sure things won't be ending well for you, though.
You stop that right now! If my elite husband throws me away, then I'll be screwed! If he divorces me, then there'll be nobody left to treat me like the queen I am!
As far as I'm aware, you've never been a queen, so what's the big deal? You need to start understanding that you're pretty much anything but a queen, and that you need to pay for lying to yourself that you are one. And understand that you having to pay for such a thing requires that you will never be able to do as you want again.
No way. Oh, this is all a load of crap. All of this is a freaking lie. Hey, Dad, why are you taking sides with that crappy and mean child? I am your actual little girl, right? All that creature is my brother's crazy wife who needs to learn how to listen and respect me. As my father and her father-in-law, you need to step in and make sure she can't act like a child anymore.
The only daughter I have now is Samantha.
What? What the hell? I'm your real daughter.
You are not my daughter at all. I understand that you have my blood, but even you don't see your mother and I as your real parents, right?
Of course I do. Both you and Mom are very important family to me.
Then tell me, Carrie, what have you done for us in the past 10 years that shows us you are still our loving daughter? When your mother started to have bad legs and couldn't care for herself anymore, you told us to get lost and have Samantha care for us.
That was just bad timing then.
That's right. That's exactly what we expected out of you. The timing wasn't right, and it's not like things mattered to you anyway because both your mother and I won't be around for much longer. You even live pretty close to us and still didn't come at all to see her when she was in the hospital. And outside of maybe a couple of times a year, you never stop over or even call either of us to say hi. Yet all this time, Samantha has been beside us. Even before moving in and leaving her job, she would come over every day after work and make sure your mother and I were fine.
The only reason she can do all of that is because she has all that time on her hands. She must think of herself as all that just for stopping by to see you both every day. Dad, you need to stop being tricked by that witch. She just thinks she can get away with anything now, all because she did a couple nice things for you both. She thinks she needs to be praised for those little insignificant things she's done, and that's not right.
The reason why we all praise her is because she's done enough to deserve it. She went and quit her well-paying job, all in order to move in with us and make sure that my wife, your mother, is being taken care of as her legs get worse and worse. She barely was even a part of the family when she first started to give up her time to come see us, having only just married your brother. Everything she has done and sacrificed for your mother and I are worth praising for, and she knows that. Unlike you, who expects to be spoiled for doing nothing at all.
But there's no way a woman like myself, who's become the wife of an elite, can have time to come out and care for you both. I don't even want to help care for you guys when I have a massive house of my own to live in. Also, those kinds of chores are what's expected from the younger brother's wife.
Did you just call taking care of your own mother and father a chore? That woman has done everything for not just her mother-in-law, but me. We would have been screwed had your brother not married a woman like her, because unlike the both of you, she's actually grown into a fine adult and knows how to take care of her family. Unlike both of you and your brother, who both seem to be indifferent when it comes to your family, she stepped in and made sure that even us two older folk are all right. Everything that your parents have right now is because of her.
Oh, please, Dad, you're the one that's done everything for yourself and for Mom. She hasn't done a single thing besides crawl into that house with you both after giving up the only job she had.
You're still going on like that? Can you just shut the hell up already, Carrie?
What?
You have done nothing for this family, and even when you have come home to us on those rare occasions, you didn't help with any of the chores while asking for Samantha to do everything for you. Something really bad must have happened to you when your mother and I raised you, because we never meant to raise a spoiled brat like you. I'm going to take responsibility for what you've become, and that's why I'm putting my foot down right here.
Putting your foot down?
You are not our daughter anymore. All you are now is a complete stranger to this family. You get out of this house right now and go home. And don't you ever, ever dare come back to this house again. Your mother and I will no longer even look at you when you ask for help. From now on, you are on your own.
What? No way, Dad. Oh, you have to be joking. There's no way you're cutting ties to me now. If you cut ties to me, then where am I going to go home to? Hey, Dad. Listen to me, Dad. Where will I go? Help me, God dang it.
Samantha, Carrie was placed under arrest. Not only was she stealing from you, but also some of her friends' and husband's family members. There was a lot of evidence to prove all of that, so there was no way for her to get away from the police this time.
Wayne, thank you so much for updating me on that. I had honestly thought it was only me that she was stealing from all that time, but I guess there were other victims as well.
I am so sorry for that she had done. Had I done a better job both raising and watching over my daughter, none of this would have happened here. I never did a good enough job as her father, and it shows now.
None of this is your fault, Wayne. Of course kids take a lot from their parents as they get older. but that does not make them exact copies of you. And she is in her 40s now and has had plenty of years now to both correct her ways or only make them worse on her own. Therefore, she only has herself to blame for what she's done.
But
If you're really that upset about what's happened and want to continue blaming yourself, then I'm going to be worried about how you care for your grandchild.
what?
We'd been so focused on Carrie this whole time that it took me a while to find the right time to tell you this. And actually, I have 2 things to tell you about. The first being your wife's legs have actually started to get better again, and she can walk around a bit more on her own. And so I had a talk with her about what to do next, and she feels that it would be both better for herself and better for me that she get herself an actual caretaker. Because, well, I'm going to be having a baby here soon. That's the second piece of news that I needed to update you on. Both myself and your son want you guys to have a grandchild in your lives, and that's why we ended up going all in.
Are you serious? Samantha, you really are the best daughter a man like myself could ever ask for. You already went and spent so many years taking care of my wife as well as me. Now you're wanting to bring us a grandchild. I'm being very serious when I say that you are the best thing that's ever happened to us.
You don't have to thank me that much. This is really only the start of things to come for me, and there will be plenty of challenges I'll need to help with ahead. I might even have to start asking the both of you for some help. So please, in the future, would you be willing to give me a helping hand?
Of course I will. After all you've done for my family, that's the least I could do for you. I'll make sure to be there whenever you need me, and to help with whatever I can.
Thank you very much for saying that. From now on, I want to make sure that everyone helps out in raising my baby, little by little, so that they can one day be an even better adult than all of us. My sister-in-law was taken into custody by the police and would be sitting in jail for months as all the court cases from all of those that she harmed went by. She would end up owing a lot of people a lot of money and would go into some serious debt, paying everyone the amount they deserved. Also, while she was sitting in county going through all the cases, her husband went and handed in their divorce paperwork to the courthouse. After the divorce had gone through and she had been released from being held, she came back to an empty house as her ex had sold everything and moved away. She had no choice but to go to one of her distant aunt's places, as everyone else had already cut ties to her. There, she was forced to start working under her aunt at a store she owned, and would continue working there until she paid every bit of debt she was in off. As for what happened to myself after that mess, I gave birth to a little baby girl. My mother-in-law started to get a lot better on her feet again, and no longer needed much help at all from anyone besides her professional caretaker. My father-in-law has done wonders in making sure to watch after my daughter while I'm out of the house with my husband, and that smile he always had on his face returned as he now has his first grandchild to focus on. Everyone in the family looks to be really happy again, and there's not been one word about Carrie after she paid me back for all the items she stole from me.
When are you going to decide on whether you want to have my parents moving in or not? I have been waiting for a week now, and there still has not been an answer from you.
You want to talk about that again? I've already told you that I don't want to live with them, so that's it, Chris.
The only person that's against this is you, Alice. Just hurry up and make your choice. Right now, my mom is very excited to move in with us, so don't keep her waiting.
I'm sure all she wants is someone to take care of her and do all the chores, right?
Are you making fun of my mom or something?
Well, up until now, every time we've gone over to your parents' house, your mom has made me do all of the chores. And then she takes you with her, and you all get to have fun without me.
Well, that's because your job as my wife is to get all the housework done for everyone. Stop complaining about it already.
And what about those times she'll purposefully throw food on the floor and tell me to go clean it up?
She tells you every time that those are accidents, okay? She has made it very clear that she has slippery hands, and that's why she drops that food. Do you still not believe her?
You're telling me that every single time I'm there, she has slippery hands like that? Of course I don't believe what she's saying, Chris. Also, I've heard about what your mom has said about me and about how she only wanted me marrying you in order to become her bedside nurse in the future. I don't want that for myself, all right? Have her hire someone to come and take care of her instead of using me as free labor.
So that's your only excuses for not wanting to live with my parents?
My only excuses? What? Why do you not care at all about how I'm feeling right now? Is this because you have someone else besides me or something?
Who are you even talking about?
I asked you this one time before. Who is that girl you seem so close to and are always walking with? We have things we still need to figure out between ourselves as husband and wife, so we do not have the ability to live with your parents now.
I told you that's one of the new hires at the company. When we are coming home from the bar, we are both drunk as hell. And that's why you see her and I all over one another. How many more times do I have to explain that to you? Would you stop being such a dramatic witch? Jesus. Stop thinking about a world where I'm the bad guy and make your decision. Yo, reply to me right now.
What, Chris? You haven't even said anything to me yet. What do you want?
I want you to listen and be shocked by this. We've decided that my parents and us will be living together. There's better not be any complaints from you after this.
What? What do you mean we are living together?
You were so thick-headed. I'm saying that I've made the choice for you since you never gave an answer. I've already sent my mom and dad's things to the house for them. They might already be arriving there as we speak.
Is that right? Well, luckily that's all happened just as I've moved out of there.
What? You moved out?
Yep, I sent all my things to my parents' house already, and they said they just got them right as I walked through their front door.
So you're not even at the house anymore? I never heard anything about this.
That's because I never said anything about it to you. Chris, you left the house the moment you woke up to go and see your parents, so I never had any time to tell you to your face. That's right.
So you're telling me you never got any of my mom or dad's things today? What the hell are you doing? What is this about you moving out of our house even? I want you to tell me what's going on here right now. Stop trying to derail this conversation and move on to the next thing.
You're the one freaking out right now and jumping all over the place. You were just telling me about how you didn't listen to my answer and forced your way into getting your parents into the house, right? You can't say anything to me. I knew something like that would be happening soon, and that's why I moved out today and back to my parents' house. Recently, you've been on the phone with the moving company, and I started to get worried about what would happen next. So I made the right choice by getting out of there now.
Unbelievable. Do you even consider yourself my wife? I'm going to tell my parents about this.
Alice, it's been a while. Candace, I haven't seen you in so long. You told me a while back that you were busy. Are things all better now? Things are a lot better now. I'm not as tied up with everything anymore. So what's been going on with you today? Why are you texting me right now? Well, the last time you and I had a chance to meet, you were talking to me about how things with my brother and mom were pretty tough on you, right? It's been some time since then, but I wanted to check up on you and see if everything's okay now. Oh, thank you for worrying about me. That was very kind of you to think of me today. I have to say that you coming to me was some pretty good timing because just today, Chris tried to force your parents onto me. He even went and sent all their things to our house without telling me. What? You have to be lying about that, right? How could he do something like that? Alice, are you okay right now? I'm fine. I knew something bad was going to be happening with us soon, so I made sure to get things shipped off to my parents' house today, and I moved back in with them now. I don't have to worry about that drama anymore now. I feel like I just made it out of there just in time to save myself. Very true. I'm so sorry about my family causing you even more trouble. You don't have to apologize for them, Candace. You've been out of your parents' house for a long time now and barely even talked with any of them since then, right? You have nothing to do with what decisions they've made this time. And the fact that you're checking up on me now after so long, thank you so much. But Alice, Back when I first heard about my brother getting married to someone, I was so worried about the woman he was with because I knew my parents would take advantage of her. I should have warned you about all that sooner. And from the look of things, my brother doesn't seem to care about you at all. Moving my parents into your house like that without getting your permission as well? It was going to happen eventually, Candace, but I was lucky enough to take care of myself there and made it out alive. Well, if you have anything else you're worried or troubled by, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I will do whatever I can to help you out.
Have you fixed that poor attitude of yours? I hope you're not acting like a selfish brat anymore, and will come back here right now. My mom and dad are waiting patiently for you. How much longer are you going to keep us all waiting?
Selfish brat? I didn't go back home to my parents' house just because I'm selfish. All of you never listened to the answer I gave you and made the choice to move your mom and dad in anyway.
From the start, I'd have been talking about having my parents come live with us. This was all being talked about way before yesterday and today. So what the hell, Alice?
And that whole time I had been saying no to having your parents move in with us.
Do you really hate my mom that much? Even though she's been treating you with so much kindness?
So much kindness? Stop joking already and get real, Chris. To me, everything she was doing was abusive. Day after day, asking me to go to her house and clean for her, and then forcing me to make her dinner. And anytime she would make dinner, she'd feed me only the leftovers or burnt scraps. Then, when I'd go home at night all worn out and wanting to relax, she'd call me again asking me to go back over to her house. And when I'd say no to that, she'd come over to our house uninvited and start forcing me to do more chores there. No matter how many times I asked her to give me the duplicate key to the house back, she would just whine and moan before running off. I was never able to get a break in that house with all of you, so don't you frickin' dare say she was treating me with so much kindness.
My mom was doing all of that for your sake.
Bullcrap, she only cares about you. That's why, for whatever reason, you keep a blind eye to all the hate that she keeps on feeding me. This is the reason why Candace ran away from you all, right? Because your mom only cared about you and would make her do all the work around the house while you were spoiled to death.
That's... all you do is complain. Your job as my wife is to do everything my mom tells you.
Well, if you're going to keep on bringing that up, then what about you? Do you think you're accomplishing your job as a husband? All you've done for me is side with your parents on everything and have not ever cared about what I say or think.
Of course I side with them. Because you were once a complete stranger to me before. My mom and dad have always been my family, unlike you. It's common sense for me to side with the people I've always known.
Alright then, Chris, I see. So I'm not your family then. Sounds great. Glad to see we've both settled all of this then. I'm out of here. But before I'm totally gone, I'll do what I can to make sure this crap never happens to me again.
I'm not sure what you plan on doing, but it better be something involving you getting your butt back home. Are you serious right now? I could see that your parents' house is up for sale right now. Did you guys forget to pay the bills or something? That must mean you have nowhere else to live now, right? Now you'll have to come back to your husband and beg all of us for forgiveness. And make sure to not bring your parents along with you. This house isn't big enough for those two animals.
What's this? Did you come around my parents' house or something?
I did. I may be busy right now, but I decided to come pay my selfish woman a visit. I'm so kind thinking about you when I have far more important things to be doing, right? Although, you have kept me waiting for months now. So this is what's happened over these last couple of months. Hilarious. You've lost your house. Where are you right now? On the road trying to find a place to sleep now?
I would never live a life like that. We're having that house sold because we don't need it anymore.
Huh? What do you mean you don't need it anymore?
There's a new house I'm moving into. Actually, it's a penthouse, but we bought the place, so it's all ours.
A penthouse? Stop lying.
If only this were a lie. Right now, you happen to be in front of that old house, right? Then you must have seen where we're living now on your way over there. It's that new skyscraper that's just next to the main station. The one that's all modern with a somewhat medieval accent to it.
What? That massive building? You're kidding, right? You bought that place without ever telling me about it?
That's right. There are no plans in my future of ever going back to you, so I decided to leave you out of this.
Did you buy that penthouse with your own money then?
With the money I had saved up before we got married, and also with some money from my father. I didn't take any money out of our shared bank account, so calm down.
I'm not worried. And the name on that place is yours, right? If that's the case, then I can bring my parents along with me and move in there.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Since you're my wife, that means anything you own is also mine. Kick your parents out of there right now, and then let my family in there. Tell us your room number right now.
Are you being serious right now? I would like you to sleep if you're so tired that you start to speak nonsense to me. I'm not telling you anything more about this place. And I'm not even giving you guys the code to get into the building.
Shut up and listen to me, Alice. Give me your room number and the code right now.
Not going to happen.
Alice, are you sure you want to do this? I happen to know a very good lawyer who can help me out with this. If you tell me right now, then I'll forgive you for abandoning me for so long. Now, tell us the room number. Yo! Candace, long time no see. I hear you've become a lawyer now, right? It's been years now since we last talked, since you never replied back to me after leaving the house. But we're still close to one another, right?
Huh? Why are you wanting to talk now?
Come on now, sis. Don't be so cold. I happen to have a favor to ask of you, now that you've become a lawyer and everything. You and I are family, so you'll do this for me without charging me, right?
That's where I thought this was going. It didn't take too long for you to tell me the truth there. I know that you want to work with me because of the lawyer I've become and all, since that's how you've always been. Using me like I'm some kind of tool to you until things are all better and you just throw me away.
Yo, what the hell is wrong with you? Is that the right way to be talking to your older brother?
You're nothing like an older brother to me anymore.
Well, who cares? I'll forgive you this time for acting that way, since I'm such a kind brother and all. You've met with my wife Alice once before, haven't you? Right now, Alice isn't living in the same house as me. She's moved into a new place that she bought without ever telling me a thing. It's a freaking penthouse in this new skyscraper as well. That witch. She bought the place while we've been married, so that makes the place mine as well, right? I want you, as the lawyer you are, to go to her right now and tell her that I legally have the right to be there. Then I'll be able to move into that new penthouse with both mom and dad.
What kind of BS is this? From what Alice has told me, she bought the place using both her dad's money and money she saved up before marrying you. That means the place isn't technically yours, and you have no right to it.
What? Why do you know about what Alice has done, and about how she paid for it with her dad's money?
Because I've been meeting with her occasionally, and she spoke with me about buying the penthouse and everything as well before she went through with it. She wanted a new place to live with her parents, but was afraid of you taking it from her. So she came to me seeking guidance. But since she's paid for the place with both her dad's money and with money she had before marrying you, there's nothing you can do to have a right to it. I made sure she was aware of that, which seemed to make her very happy.
You? Who the hell's side are you on? Why aren't you trying to help your family out and are helping her instead? Who are the ones that raised you into the woman you are now? That was both mom and dad, you idiot. It's because of those two that you're a lawyer, and you should be thankful for that. You are so freaking ungrateful.
You really think something like that to be true? There's a small bit of truth to that, and I will say that I'm thankful for the very small amount of food Mom prepared for me, but that's about all I need to be thankful for. Because both Mom and Dad only cared about spoiling you and making sure you were never unhappy, I was put on the sidelines having to fend for myself. Then you began to act like them too, and for years and years would pick on me and make me feel like I was unwanted there. When I was studying, you all would tell me women didn't need school, and at times would burn my books and everything else I needed for school because I was just supposed to cook and clean for the rest of my life. That's why, in the end, I had to make the only choice that would save myself, and that was leaving all of you and running away. Luckily, when it came to college, I was able to get a small scholarship and work a few part-time jobs to pay off the rest of tuition. And after some long years of having to work practically full-time studying, I became a lawyer. I didn't think for a second that this outcome was thanks to any of you. I never will.
Talk about the past all you want, but I don't remember a thing. Just put all that crap behind you and listen to what I need from you.
Were you listening? Or have you suffered that much brain damage that you forgot things that only just happened to you? No matter what you try and say to me, I'm not listening to it. Oh, and another thing. There should be an envelope making its way to your house soon.
An envelope?
The one who was paying the rent for that house you're still living in was Alice, right? It's been a few months now since she left that house, but you, Mom, and Dad still continue to live there, right?
What?
Alice told me that she's going to end the lease here soon. That envelope might have something to do with that.
Huh? But we are still living here.
You guys still living there doesn't mean anything to Alice, though. You were the one that moved Mom and Dad in there without ever getting her permission. So there shouldn't be a problem with her ending the lease on that place without your permission, right?
Are you saying that you don't care about what's going to happen to us?
I'm sure you all can just go back to that old and run-down house again, right? That's all you guys have to do, so stop trying to act like you're going to die because of this.
That house has been torn down now.
Is that right? Well, sucks to suck then. Are we done here now? You guys have to get ready to move out of there soon, so you don't have time to still be talking to me. So I recommend you get to it.
First her, and now you? Alice, it looks like you went and ended the lease without ever asking me first.
Ah, so now you guys are aware of that too then? Well, that's the truth. I'm not living there anymore, so why should I keep renting it? I've paid for the last month already, so you have 1 month to move out of there. If you don't leave by the end of the month, then the landlord's going to be a little upset. By the way, you were talking about how you know this really good lawyer before. Were you talking about Candace or something? Did you try talking to her already? Even after all the things you did to her in the past?
Shut the hell up already. I don't need to ask her for help anyway, because there are other lawyers I can get to help me. I might even take you with me to court and have the judge deal with your butt.
Go ahead and try to make some case out of this, but I doubt any lawyer is going to take your side.
Crap. Why are you doing things like this? Do you not love me anymore or something? Just deal with having my parents around and come back here this instant.
I love it when you play stupid like that. You make it sound so realistic half the time, talking like you don't understand any English. I mean, could you really be telling me that you still don't understand why I don't want to live with them? That would be insane if this was truly you turning a blind eye to all of that still. I mean, I was going through all that hell right in front of your eyes, so there's no way you didn't see that, right? Coming home from having to work late only to be immediately woken up by her to start cleaning and cooking even though it's the middle of the night? I'm practically suffering from insomnia now because I was never allowed to sleep. Do you remember that time I passed out? I was lacking so much sleep that at one moment everything went dark and I collapsed. When I went to the doctors for that, the doctor told me I needed sleep and food badly. But none of you ever explained that the reason for me being in that state was because of your mom. It's not like any of you would say anything about me anyway, because the whole dang time it's all about your mom. Do you even love me anymore, Chris? Have you ever loved me? If you really ever once considered me as part of your family, you would have never let me go through all of that hell.
Honestly, you are so damn annoying, woman. Make your decision already. Either you allow my parents and I to move into your penthouse, or you tell the landlord to forget about ending the lease and let us live here forever while paying the rent. And I expect you to pay that rent until we are all dead.
I'm not choosing either of those options.
Huh?
If you're about to lose your house, then why not move in with your girlfriend? Tell her you're bringing the parents along as well.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not stupid, Chris. I never have been, so would you stop trying to fool me like that? You've been going out with that new hire at your work that you always told me was just a new hire, right? And even after I've left you all months ago, you and her have only become closer, right? Luckily, I had Candace help me out with all of this, and we now have loads of evidence. She's a very good lawyer, after all, so after we are done writing up some reports about you cheating on me, we'll get to the divorce forms.
Divorce forms? What the hell is all of this about now?
The only one who seems to still not get what's going on here is you, Chris. Ever since I left that house, I've been preparing for this with the help of my parents, Candace, and some other friends. Pretty soon here, Candace will be paying you all a visit, and you'll be signing those forms for me, okay? And if you refuse, then the next time we meet will be in the courtroom. Only that time, I won't be nice to you at all.
You're taking things this far? What's gotten it into you? We have been so caring towards you, Alice.
Can you explain to me what exactly you're talking about? Ever since our wedding, there's been no love from your family, and at this point, love has become so non-existent that it might even be in the negatives now. Ah, and another thing. I made sure to send an envelope to your mom as well with evidence of you cheating this whole time.
You sent that to my mom? No!
I don't think it matters how much she spoils you. When she sees you in pictures sleeping with another girl, I don't think she'll look at you the same. She did say that one time we had dinner together that the things she hates most in life are those who cheat.
Alice, please tell my mom not to open that envelope and to just toss it.
It's already arrived, and I'm sure she's looking at it right now. You might want to ask her about it now. Good luck, Chris.
Wait a second, Alice.
From now on, I'd like you to talk with Candace if you have anything to say to me. With that, goodbye forever, you jerk. Alice, I have some news. It took a lot more time than I was expecting, but that guy finally signed the papers. The divorce has been finalized. Congratulations. Thank you so much for telling me, Candace. This was the final push for us then, right? That's right, and I'm glad you're free of them now, too. It felt so wonderful fighting against those that had ruined my childhood, and I hope we will never have to deal with them much more again. The only thing I'm a bit sad about now is that you're no longer my sister-in-law, so I'll never really see you again. What are you talking about? To me, you're like my real little sister, and I want you around me forever. Let's go out to eat again sometime, okay? Are you sure? Oh my god, thank you so much, Alice. I've gone and cut ties to all of them as well now, so they'll never know about us being around one another still. We're like two survivors who were able to escape from that abusive family. I'm so glad it's all pretty much over for us. We can finally take a moment to breathe. I feel the same way. After freeing myself from those animals, I feel as though I can become myself again. I'm really looking forward to getting back to working full-time again and living a life that will no longer include them. I'm sure that feels amazing. You're no longer going to have your life sucked away from you by those leeches and will be able to do whatever you want. Let's both work together and become amazing people. Let's do it. We can talk more about all of this really soon. We can have a party commemorating the day I divorced that asshole. Hell yeah. After that, having lost their only place to live, Chris and his parents had to move into a very old-looking apartment where there wasn't even any heating. Chris was also forced to pay a settlement fee to me because of his cheating, which didn't seem to sit well with him because he started to whine even more to Candace about her taking my side. This wouldn't faze Candace, though, and after a few back and forths, she told him to either pay it to me soon, or she'd have to go in front of a judge and face even more penalties. That ended up shutting him up, and within a week I had that settlement arriving in my bank account and never had to think about Chris again. After learning about how he had been cheating on me, Chris's mom forced him to break things off with that new hire. She was not finished with Chris, though, and started to think that he broke up with her because he had another woman. So at work, she started to make claims about how Chris was a sex offender and had assaulted her as well. Chris is now having to go to HR every day as an investigation has been started on him inside the company, which may lead to him being fired. This has also led to some very toxic situations back home for him, where neither his mother or father will talk to him. These are all things Candace was told in a letter from her mother, and which she later told to me. Now, with how things have turned out for me, right now I'm living a life without a single person getting in my way anymore, and have become even closer to my parents. Work is going really well for me, and I'm able to go out most weeknights and weekends to see friends I haven't been around in ages. Recently, I was asked by a younger guy at work if I wanted to go out to lunch with him someday, and I think I might just take him up on that offer. I hope things between him and I start off with a bang, and we can become more than just coworkers.